Hey everyone, welcome to this daily Sidereal Astrology forecast for Wednesday, July 1st, 2020. All right, so today very much a continuation of the energies from yesterday. Today though, we do have the moon well set in balancing Libra. So themes likely today around perhaps creating more balance in our life and perhaps in those interpersonal relationships. Themes maybe about fairness, justice, morality, really good to develop at this time. Now we are in the gibbous phase of the lunar cycle, which means we're definitely approaching the more heightened phase of the lunar month, which will be a lunar eclipse. So some momentum building and some wind in our sails, also the theme. Now today, just like yesterday, we do have Mercury retrograde next to the sun, marking the halfway point of that Mercury retrograde. So if there has been any shifts of perspectives or new things that you become aware of maybe the past day or two, could be good to continue to experiment with and work with, especially with the Sun and Mercury still sextiling Uranus, which is great for experimentation and trying new things. But today, most strongly, Mercury squaring up to Chiron. Maybe some healing today could be good, maybe through our communications or learning or doing some writing. Some of these mercurial things could be very therapeutic and very healing for us and others. All right, so let's take a look at all of this here in more detail when we return. All right, so here's the sky for this Wednesday. And again, we are using the visible sky called True Sidereal Astrology. You will notice some of the signs that I mentioned are different from the signs in mainstream astrology. So if you are new to the channel, definitely check out that link down below for more information. All right, so let's take a look here at the moon's placement, well set in Libra, the scales, representing the theme of the day, and also how we're feeling emotionally as well. So Libra being an air sign and with the sun still in Gemini, again, sidereal Gemini, lots of air energy here today. And so with the larger context, I think it's still great to be learning communication, developing our communication and getting into our practical life and bringing in more flexibility has been really good with the Sun and Mercury in Gemini. So today, synergizing with that is about finding balance with Libra. Are there any areas that are out of balance in our life we do want to bring back into balance? Great way of working with the day. And also in personal relationships, if there is anything that we can do that involves fairness or cooperating, or finding that middle path with, or seeing both sides of the coin, let's say. This could also be a very good way of developing this energy, and probably notice themes around these matters here today. So there is this gibbous phase. We do have the sun and moon in a trine, and so there is some momentum, some support as we do approach the heightened phase of the lunar month. But today, with the aspects, we still have Mercury retrograde very close to the sun. So this marks the halfway point of the Mercury retrograde. And in this case, sometimes some shifts of perspective, right? And so if there has been anything you've been rethinking or mulling over or experimenting with or editing or going back towards in some way, this could be a shift in the right direction with it. You may have started to notice that yesterday if there was. But in either case today, I think it's great to see if there are some, again, new things that we can continue to experiment with Mercury retrograde, right? We often hear a lot of times about avoiding things during a retrograde, but in fact, it's the opposite. We do want to experiment. We want to try a bunch of different things. We just want to make sure that we're as flexible as possible because plans and communications and ideas do change. And so it is good to be open to those changes, right? Which makes it great for experimenting and learning and redoing and editing. So still a great time of doing that, and maybe some shifts with that today with that conjunction. And good just all in all to bring extra attention to the mind, to the communication, since the sun is dominating the energy. We wouldn't see Mercury in the sky, so it kind of drowns out that Mercury energy, requiring extra conscious intention to do that mercurial stuff in healthy and balanced ways. All right, so with that conjunction, both of these planets are still sextiling up to Uranus. So great day of still mixing things up. Nothing major with this, but if there is anything that it's outside of the routine or challenges your status quo a little bit or the status quo a little bit, or involves having more freedom in your life in some way, could still be a great day of doing that stuff. Again, especially if it does involve mercurial things like communication or learning or our routines. Now, the most strongest energy I would say of the day, though, is that Mercury is going to square up to Chiron exact. And so in this case, if there is anything that you feel like might be therapeutic for you that involves communication or sharing some idea or communicating with someone, or maybe just simply picking up a book, doing some learning, using your mind in some way, maybe learning about healing, anything that involves your mind or communication that could be rejuvenating or healing, excellent day to do this stuff, right? There is this perhaps challenge to do it. It is a square, it might be a bit uncomfortable, but we'll likely find that these things will be very healing for us. So great day for this. If there's any intentions you want to set around this, I think it can make it a very good day for healing and helping ourselves become more aware of the deeper dimensions and heal them, but also help others as well, especially through, again, any type of interpersonal stuff with the moon in Libra. All right, everyone. So that's the day in a nutshell. Most important thing is this gibbous phase, this synergy between a great time of learning and experimenting, and again, bringing more flexibility with all that Gemini and retrograde energy. Synergizing well with finding balance today, another air sign of Libra, what is fair, what is just, developing our interpersonal relationships, but even in our personal lives, finding balance, right? If there's any areas out of balance, great day of bringing them back into balance by seeing both sides of the coin and following that middle path. All right, so everyone have a fantastic day. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to click that like button if you haven't yet. If you're new to the channel, subscribe or click that notification bell to be notified of when these videos are uploaded. But I'll see you all tomorrow for the next daily forecast. Take care.